save me some.
Hello, my friends. How you doing today? I am doing well. Yeah, I'm doing well. I'm doing good. Because I'm on medication. No, I'm doing good. I'm just doing good. Listen, I started my therapy. I'm on like therapy session 2. Then she went on vacation. Okay, and she gave me my diagnosis. Okay, I'm gonna hit you with it, and then we can start a forum on what the hell did she just tell me I have? What? Excuse me. So she already diagnosed me with high anxiety. I got high anxiety. Yeah, not the high anxiety from Mel Brooks, but I have high anxiety to the point where it's like almost crippling anxiety. Sometimes I have days that are better than others. Well, I already knew that was a given. Originally, when I walked in there for my meeting, she asked me right away. She's like, "Oh, what were you originally diagnosed with?" I said, well, "I was diagnosed as manic depressant with suicidal tendencies at age 12." And I said, "I never understood the suicidal tendencies because I wasn't suicidal." And she's like, "I don't understand why they said that either." I'm like, "Well, I have no idea." I said, "I didn't try to commit suicide. I never told them I was suicidal, but they diagnosed me with manic depressant with suicidal tendencies. I don't know if they go hand in hand, but that's what they diagnosed with." So she asked me, she goes, "When were you diagnosed with this?" I said at age about, I believe it was age 12 or 13, when I first started seeing my first counselor or my first shrink. So she's like, "Okay, well, I'm not even going to pencil that in right now because we're talking years and years and years ago, and who even knows what they were thinking years and years and years ago." I said, listen, I personally don't think I've ever been really depressed. Okay, I just think sometimes I have bad days. Okay, I'm not like looking for a rope or anything. I'm just having a bad day. But so she's like, she's like, "I want to interview, ask you some questions and everything. Want to find out what's going on." So right away, she's like, "I already know that you've been diagnosed by a doctor for having anxiety. You take medication for anxiety." Yes, I do. I take Xanax 3 times a day for anxiety. I have to take it in the morning before I start because I have to perform in front of the children, and I have anxiety actually performing in front. I actually have less anxiety performing in front of children as I do performing in front of adults. But back in the day when I had a co-teacher that was an adult, she would attack me. She would attack me verbally for being who I am. Okay, if I started singing to the children, she'd be like, "Oh no, I can't stay here. Can't take it no more. I gotta leave. I'm not gonna sit here and listen to you sing to these kids." Listen, I teach preschool. I'm gonna sing to the kids. Okay. And on top of that, then it was like, oh, if I was teaching about something, oh, I can't handle it. I got to go in the other room. I got to go. Meanwhile, what she was doing is going to talk to her boyfriend in the other room and was ratting out other teachers and doing all the watching security cameras, all kinds of stuff like that. That's what she was doing. It had nothing to do with me singing. It had nothing to do with her being disgusted by my singing or disgusted by my actions in the way that I took care of the children. It was just she didn't want to be there with the 20 kids that I was with, so she decided to take the beeline into the office or into the kitchen or into the other room or whatever. And if she was sitting there on the side of me, she'd be thumbing through, looking at videos of the other classrooms and what they were doing. So she wasn't much help to begin with. So with that said, yeah, I ended up getting a little bit of so I got diagnosed, okay, formally diagnosed by this new therapist as having PTSD or CPTSD. For a couple of reasons. The PTSD is due to jobs that I've had in the past that were just strictly harassing, where people would either belittle me, attack me. I felt like my life was in danger. I was being lied to, and I trusted people, and I got PTSD from a ton. Listen, if I had to explain every single thing, the reasoning why they said I have PTSD, we'd be sitting here for a long, long time, and I don't want to make a long video at this point. But when she's told me that right away, first thing went through my head, I was like, I've never been in the military. I'm not a military person. What do you mean this PTSD? Because right away, I kind of link PTSD with people that have seen combat, people that have been in wars, people that have really struggled in life. According to my therapist, you can get CPTSD or PTSD from traumatic experiences for a long period of time from a child. So according to her, because I've had constant trauma since age 4, and now I am in my 40-ishes, okay, maybe almost 50-ishes, I've had ongoing PTSD from my parents, from all of the mental abuse that they put me through, from all so between my parents and my jobs and the people in my life that I trusted, that I thought, had my back, and meanwhile, while they had my back, but they were jamming a knife in the back of it, or they were, manipulating me, gaslighting me, giving me Munchausen syndrome, having me dragged to mental institutions and telling them that there's something wrong with me. Meanwhile, if you didn't notice, they can only keep you at a mental institution for 24 hours for observation. If they find nothing wrong with you, they have to let you go. Now, I went multiple times. I went like 2 or 3 times, only because I kept getting my father figures, okay, or people in my life, okay, would call, and they would come and get me, and they would take me down there. But then they were like, "There's nothing wrong with this kid." So plainly, it was just it was a facade. It was just my lovely parents trying to figure out a way to throw me under the bus or make it sound like I'm the one that was having the problem, when meanwhile they were the problems. You done messed up. So yeah, I am a victim of Munchausen syndrome. Okay, there was never anything wrong with me. They were duping me into believing that I was sick and there was something wrong with me all the time. Not on top of that, the trauma from the mental abuse, the verbal abuse, the physical abuse, the child molestations, the all the kinds of other stuff. Yes, that's me. I guess I'm Mr. You could call me Mr. PTSD. I guess I got PTSD now from these things. And what the lady told me, and it just hit me a lot, And I say this all the time to my mother, and she's like, "Oh, no, I don't want to be around you." But according to her, there are people and things and just visions and stuff that happens in my life that are straight up triggers. Okay, she's trying to tell me that my mother, the sight of her, is a trigger. The sight of my father is a trigger. I have not seen my father, a picture, a photograph, or him in person for almost 19 years. And I'm fine with that. But my mother, she shows up on the holidays. She invites us over for cookouts. And the guy that I am, I'm not trying to be mean or mean-spirited or whatever, but it takes a lot for me to go visit my mother. To the point where there was one Christmas, and I would say it's maybe about 2, 3 Christmases ago, okay? And my kids can back me out on this, and probably even my mother could back me out on this. She was coming over to visit with her significant other, okay? And I had taken so much medication. Oh. Okay, and I just said I take Xanax for anxiety. I have 2 different kinds of Xanax that I take. I take one that is it's time release. Is that the part? It's a time release thing. So what happens is, I guess, once I start to have an anxiety attack, the medication in my body kicks in. It's like, okay, his heart's beating or his brain's going or something's going crazy on him. And now we're going to disperse this medication within his bloodstream, and we're going to calm him down. Then I have another kind of medication that is like an instant. It's like you got to take it, and within a matter of 15 minutes, it's in your bloodstream, it's ready to go, and the anxiety attack is gone. I keep those on a key ring for emergency purposes. The only thing that messes me up is every time I go to a damn concert, I gotta slide my key ring thing over through the beeping thing there, and I always get the look like, are you bringing drugs into the thing? I'm bringing prescription drugs into the concert that have been prescribed to me by a pharmacist. They have been taken out of the containers, so it does not have a label or my name on it, and it's been put in a little medication holder in case of emergency. I only take those in case of like a massive anxiety attack, where I'm like, if I'm going to a concert, I want to enjoy the concert. So sometimes I go to a concert because there's so many people and so much stuff going on, my anxiety kicks in, and instead of standing there and crap myself, which has happened at Blink-182, me and my wife went to go see Blink-182 one year, and I didn't take the medication. I went to the concert, had anxiety attack, stood there, took a dump in my pants. My wife literally had to, thank the Lord, my wife goes to Dunkin' Donuts a lot. She had about 400 Dunkin' Donuts napkins in her car, and I was able to stuff my underwear with Dunkin' Donuts napkins because it was embarrassing and ridiculous, okay? So after that point, I was like, you know what, Doc, I need something. I need, this time disbursement thing is great, but I need something like instant because I can't go through that again. So there was a Christmas that came by, and my mother's like, I'm coming by to visit you guys for Christmas. And my mother's big thing is to just make me miserable. She just wants to make me miserable. That's her thing. So what she does is she's like, you know what? Every year, she knows that I hate knowing when my birthday is. My birthday's Christmas Day, okay? It's not that I hate knowing when my birthday is. I hate knowing how old I am. I don't want to... Listen, You never had the courtesy to celebrate my birthday when I was little, okay? And you didn't really celebrate it when I was a teenager, and you didn't celebrate it when I was an adult. We don't have birthday parties for me now. We didn't have them then. So why you would come in my house and tell me how old I am is just another way for you to stick the knife into my gut. And I made it very clear. Matter of fact, on the year that I knew she was gonna do it, I actually posted on my regular Facebook page, not my Melting Movie One Facebook page, but my Human Being Me Facebook page. I posted on it. I said it was actually a picture of I think it was The Rock and somebody wrestling or whatever. And I said, if you come to the house and you tell me how old I am, you're probably gonna leave like this. And it was a picture of like The Rock giving somebody the people's elbow or whatever it was. And that was the truth. I tell you, the way I was feeling that day, if she would have came through the door and said something really stupid, I would have told her to get the hell out. Listen, I'm at a point in my life where I don't need people in my life. I don't need fake people in my life. I don't need fake, phony people in my life. So if you're going to be a fake, phony person, just get the hell out. Just get the hell out. I'm getting too old to be dealing with your nonsense, dealing with your lies, dealing with your bull. Okay, I don't want to deal with any of that stuff anymore. I'm getting too old for it. Okay, I got maybe 20 years left of my life. I'm not gonna let those last 20 years you make me miserable. I'm not gonna let it happen. Okay, I'm gonna tell you to get the hell out. That's it. Get the hell out. No offense. Get the hell out. That's all I'm gonna say. So this year in particular, this 2 years ago, whatever, because she didn't visit. I don't think last year. I think it was the year before. Might have been the year before. I took like maybe like 6 or 7 pills. I was on what Johnny Depp likes to call the nod. I was on the nod, okay?
Miss Hurd asked me to hold the ice cream as she noticed that I was on the nod. That means falling asleep from the 17-hour day that I'd worked and also the opiates that I'd ingested.
I was so medicated that she's literally there. My mother was over here having conversations over here. My wife was over here having a conversation with her over there. One of my kids was over there on the floor. Had another kid over there on the floor. My granddaughter's over there on the floor. And literally, I'm sitting there like this. And I'm like, I could not keep my eyes open. I was gonzo. And yet the birthday thing still got brought up. It was like, and the age didn't get brought up, but it was one of these things. How do you feel being a year older? I feel closer to death. Okay, that's what I feel. I feel closer to death, and guess what? You're even closer to death because you're older than me, so you're even closer. How do you feel? Okay, that crap drives me crazy. Okay, I am not looking forward to death. I am not looking. Listen, I am enjoying my movies. I'm enjoying my YouTube channel. I'm enjoying you people. I'm enjoying my granddaughter. I'm enjoying my wife and my kids and all the other. I'm enjoying my house. I'm enjoying holidays like Halloween. I mean, listen, I enjoy these things. I am not ready to be put in the ground yet. Stop trying to put me in the ground. Don't remind me how old I am because I have a feel. You know, I have a strong Peter Pan syndrome. Okay, my feeling is if I never grow up, I'm never gonna die. Okay, I think people put a lot more thought and emphasis into death that it's like, hey, just enjoy your life and keep enjoying it and keep living it and move as fast as you can and do what you can do until your body lets go, because as years go by, your body deteriorates and everything. I don't need to be reminded how old I am. You know how old I am, okay? I don't. I really don't. So don't tell me how old I am. Don't come here. Wish me a happy birthday, Merry Christmas on top of back to back, okay? Give me your Christmas present and then tell me how much you care about me and then seal it with the kiss of death by telling me how old I am. It's just stupid at this point, and I'm going to tell you to get the hell out. And I'm not even going to say it in a nice way anymore because I told the wife the other day, I said, what do I got to do? What is the bargaining chip that I have going on in my life right now with my family? Okay? Listen, my aunts, my uncles, my cousins, love them to death. I love each and every one of them. They've never done anything to me, okay? Whatever situation happened between the families, my father and my mother and their parents and whatever arguments or disgruntled problems that happened between them, it had nothing to do with me. I didn't know what was going on. I didn't care to know what was going on. All I know is people were going at each other. And first I had a family and then I didn't have a family. And that's sad. Because my father had, 6 brothers and 2 sisters, something like that. I got a big family, or 5 brothers, 2 sisters. I get confused sometimes. But anyway, I had a big family, a lot of cousins, a lot of uncles, a lot of aunts. And now I got pretty much nothing. Everybody is gone because my father had to butt heads with his brothers and his sisters over greedy things that had to do with him. I'm not even blaming them for this. Listen, I don't know what happened. All I know is one day we're a family and we're hanging at family beach together. We're having cookouts and we're visiting houses for holidays, for Christmas and Thanksgiving, and Easter, and all this other crap like that. And the next thing, we can go visit three of the family members. And all of the cousins that I cared about and loved and had enjoyed and I was raised with are now all gone. Why? Because my father had some kind of words with his brothers and his sisters, so he decided to just ruin everything for me. Okay, and now my kids are mad at me because they're like, we don't have much of a family, Dad. I don't know. Listen, that's not my fault. I didn't do anything wrong. I was not part of it. Okay, I was being messed up in the head while my father was too busy being greedy. Okay, I will tell you, my father used to go visit my grandmother who had Alzheimer's. Okay, he would go there, he would borrow money from her all the time. Okay, that's a fact. That's 100% fact. He would borrow money from all the time, and the fact that she had Alzheimer's, I'm willing to bet my life he never paid anything back. Okay, and if any of his other family members did that stuff too, I don't know, and I really don't even care. But all I know is my family was robbed from me. My family, the family that I loved, my uncles. Some of my uncles have passed away, and I love them. And I know what the sad thing is I'm never going to get to see them again. I'm never going to get to see them again because that man decided that I could not spend any time. I got a godfather that's still alive, and I have to contact him. I have to talk to him. I have to go visit him. I got to do it before it's too late. I got another uncle that I love and adore that is going through stuff. I have to put in the effort now. Okay, these people are out of my life. Okay, they're not here anymore. My father, like I said, almost 19 years, haven't heard a word from him. Supposedly he's doing really good. Because what he did is he found himself a woman that was going to take care of him. Okay, but because besides that, the man would never have anything. He never had anything when he was with us. He was always broke. He couldn't afford a car. He couldn't afford a house. He couldn't afford anything. He never had any money. Gambled it all away. And then he met this woman that had a lot of money, and he married her, and now he's living the life. God bless you. God bless you. At the end of the day, I hope you sleep good at night. But me personally, I work for my money. I do what I'm supposed to do. Me and my wife, we've been together for almost 3 decades, and we have a awesome relationship. Granted, we fight sometimes over the kids, but once again, that's not us. I always tell my wife that. I'm like, listen, I said, if you would just stop for a second and think about what we have arguments about, it's never about us. It's never about, it's about our kids. It's about family. It's about jobs. It's about money situations. It's never really about the way we feel towards each other. My feelings towards my wife have never changed. As a matter of fact, I told my wife, I don't want you to think that this in a weird way, but when I still look at you, as the girl the day I met you. And I said, I don't want you to think of that weird, but I'm just saying that I look at you as the day I fell in love with you is the day I see you every day. No matter how older you get, how much older you get, how much you change, your facial, what's the word I'm looking for? As you age, okay? I still see that same girl I fell in love with. That's why I think we're gonna be together forever. That's why I think that we're gonna get right through this and we're gonna be okay. Where other people, they don't think like that. They're like, they start picking and poking and nitpicking on the people that they're married to. Most relationships don't stay together that long. Listen, almost 3 decades, almost 30 years we've been together. I've been with my wife longer than I've been with my real family. Bottom line. And so is she. She's been with me longer than she's been with the real family. And I got to tell you, I really think that we're going to ride this thing out right till the end. Because I don't have any plans on going anywhere else. And she seems to come home every night. As crazy I am, I don't think... Like I always tell my daughter, there's somebody for everybody out there. Okay, listen. I always tell my wife, you're still with me because you can't find anybody as crazy as you are, and I'm still with you because you can't find anybody. I can't find anybody as crazy as I am. So we make a good team. And with that said, I got some packages, and I'm gonna open up some packages here. Yes. So yeah, my therapist is okay. She okay. It's a female. She okay. And she writes on a pad like that kid that does the psychic readings. It's like I'm like talking to her, and she's like, I'm just writing down so I don't forget anything, so that way next week when we talk, I'll remember stuff. I'm like, okay, well, all right, just as long as you're paying attention, and we're going along. And she goes, in a few more weeks, I'm going to give you coping skills. She goes, I just want to hear you out a little bit more. And then she did end it the other day with, she goes, so I said, what do you think? She goes, you're definitely interesting. And the other thing I said to her is, she asked if I could come in a little bit earlier And I told her, I said, I tried to get for 6 o'clock because my appointments are from 8 to 9. But I tried to, so she's like, I got 6 to 7 open. I got 7 to 8 open. I got 8 to 9 open. She goes, you can come in for 8 to 9. She goes, but if you can come in earlier, you know, you can come in earlier. So I sent her the thing. I asked my wife, I'm like, and she's like, you can go to the 7 to 8 one. I'm like, okay. So I sent the woman a message back and I said, I apologize for not taking the 6 to 7 one because I got to figure that I'm her last patient. And I'm keeping this woman there from 8 to 9 o'clock at night only because my work schedule. She's working around me. So she actually, I apologized to her. I said, listen, I really tried for 6 to 7 so you can get done early. I'm sure you got a family you want to go home to, whatever. And when I went into the meeting, she's like, I just want to let you know that, you know, I'm here for you. I'm choosing to pick these hours. So you never have to feel bad about saying you can't make it from, you know, 6 to 7 or 7 to 8. And if you have to come in at 8 and 9, she goes, because you know what happened was after I told you to 6 to 7 or 7 to 8 and you decided to take 7 to 8, the woman that was supposed to be there from 7 to 8 or 6 to 8, 6 to 7, she called me back and she's like, I'll take that spot. And I had already given it to you. So now I still have an 8 to 9 appointment. So she goes, so never feel bad about telling me that you can't make it for a certain time, as long as you make it for the time that you're supposed to be here. I like the 8 to 9, and I'm telling you right now, it's actually giving me something to look forward to. It's good to have somebody listen to you every once in a while. It's an important thing. So let's get to the first package here from Exelot CO Mark III Delivery Service, Springfield Garden, New York. Somebody's home because they're taking a dump. I can hear the fan, I can hear the light, I can hear the whole thing. So somebody's in there pinching a loaf. All right. And what I have here is a copy of, this is a I don't know, let me show you what it is first. Elvis the Complete Movie Masters 1960 to 1962. Looks like a Blu-ray, looks like a 4K or DVD or whatever. That's not what it is. This is a 4 CD, 140 page booklet set. This limited edition 4 CD set pays tribute to Elvis's previously completed masters, soundtracks, recordings made for his movies between 1960 to 1962. As a bonus, 2 CDs contain rare outtakes, tracks from these recording sessions. All tracks have been mixed, remastered, and faithfully restored to the original sound quality. The 140 page, did I say 160 at first? Did I? Yep. Okay. Yep. No, 140. The 140 page book focuses on each of the 7 films and is accompanied by informative text. Okay. So yeah, I've been collecting these Memphis recording studios. That's kind of what I've been sticking to, is just the Memphis ones there, because I have like the RCA ones. So I'll buy the original releases, but then this Memphis recording studios or Memphis recording sessions, they kind of put out a lot of studio soundboard recorded outtakes, bloopers. I love to hear Elvis talk, you know, and this is what this pretty much is you get the soundtracks of the movies, but then you get like bonus features, which is like recordings of him, demos and stuff like that, which is I always find to be very fascinating to hear what the real man sounded like behind the scenes when he was recording stuff. Yeah, that's it. So yeah, this was a little pricey at first. They wanted so I have all of these ones that look like this. I've been collecting these things for a long time. I haven't opened any of them because that's I don't know. Listen, on my Sony Walkman, I have all of Elvis's stuff. So these like demos and bonus stuffs and everything like that, to put it on the Walkman doesn't really make sense. So if I ever get the urge, sometimes what I do is I'll just go on YouTube, and you can actually listen to the whole entire thing on YouTube. And that's what I'll do. I'll put the stereo surround on, I'll put it on YouTube, and I'll listen to the songs, and that way I don't have to open anything. I can really care less about seeing the pictures in the book. There are people that do unboxings of these things, so if I do have the urge, I can just look at the unboxing that the person does. Saves me from opening up, keeps the value. In fact, these things can only increase in value as they go with age. So with that said, we have that one. Wait a minute, let me grab this right here. This one right here confused me a little bit. So this came from Rocket City Records, and it's from 102 Blackwood. Oh, I'm gonna tell you, Blackwood Drive, Madison Owl. I don't know what Madison Owl is. Okay, so this messed me up a little bit because it's extremely thin. It's like paper thin. Now this one's a little bit of a kicker. I get a little bit of a kicker. Okay, I did open this. Okay, because I was like, I truly felt like somebody just sent me a CD or a Blu-ray or a 4K without any cover, without anything. So as soon as this came in the mail, I was like, oh man, this better not be just, because I've had that happen to me before. Sometimes it's my fault. Sometimes I miss the fine print where it says CD only or Blu-ray only or DVD only, and then next thing you know, it comes in the mail, and then I can't get my money back, and I'm very disappointed because I'm like, I want the cover, I want everything else. But that's not what this is, okay? So, what this is from Discogs, and it did come in a little plastic thing. But look how thin that is, so you understand what I'm talking about here. This is it. This is actually a Coldplay left right CD. Now I'm gonna open this up like so you can see what's going on here. That will go back inside there. And all you get in here is a CD. That's it. CD in a very, very thin paper cover thing there. This is where the kicker comes in. After I purchased this, because what happened was I checked my Coldplay CDs. I realized I was missing one. This was some kind of bonus disc that came with one of the albums. And I didn't get it. And it has, I think, 6 or 7 live tracks on it. I went to a thrift store, and they had it there. After I purchased this for $9, they had it at the thrift store for $2.99. Picked it up. I looked at it. Very disappointed. I was very, very upset, very disappointed. And then I was like, but then the disappointment went away. Hold on, they're shutting the bathroom door. They're done taking a dump. Shut the bathroom door. It's coming. Nope. They're slowly doing it. Anyway, after I opened this up at the thrift store, it was all scratched up. So I was like, I don't feel that bad anymore. I don't feel that bad anymore. But this is very paper thin, and like I said, I thought that's what I got. I thought I got a just a Blu-ray. That's what I thought I got. One more. Here we go. One more time. From Jacura Blue. Jacaru, Jacuro, and then a capital BLU, Jacuro Blue, from Murfreesboro, Tennessee, Tennessee. I think that's Tennessee. I gotta sharpen my knife. Tennessee, and it's a Blu-ray. So good. We're ending with a Blu-ray, and it's a Blu-ray in a little cover thing here. I slide it out, or they put more tape over here. More tape. Let me hold this up in the air because I don't want any of my people telling me, hey, listen, you're open up too low. We don't get to see you actually unbox this thing live. And I like the unboxings live, and I'll tell you why I like to unbox them live. Because if I ever get ripped off, I just send the footage to the guy that ripped me off. I'm like, hey, you ripped me off, and I got live footage because I got a YouTube channel, and now try to prove that you didn't rip me off. This is a copy of Alan Alda, Molly Ringwald, Dylan Walsh, and Madeline Kahn in Betsy's Wedding. How this came about is I was at the thrift store same day as I was looking at that thing, and they had a copy of this still sealed, and they wanted like $8.99 for it. And I was like, why? And I found out it's out of print. What company put this out? Mill Creek. It's out of print, so I could understand the $8.99 pop, but then when I went to go scan the barcode on the back at the thrift store, I found out I can get it for $4.99. So I was like, $4.99, or instantly right now for $8, $7.99. I think it was $7.99 or $8.99, or instantly for that price. And I'm like, do I need to see it that bad? No. Did my wife want to see it? Yeah. Because what I did, I asked her. I said, have you ever seen this before? Do you want to see it? I mean, it's got Molly Ringwald in it. You know what I mean? Can't go wrong with a Molly Ringwald film. And she's like, yeah, I'd like to see that. I'm like, okay, well, what I'll do is I'll order it right now while we're standing here, and I'll wait for it to come in the mail because it's a lot cheaper. And with that said, my friends, thank you so much for stopping by. I appreciate you. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and all the rest of that crap and everything. And I will see you later.
You should have saved me some.